So I guess Mother Nature feeling maybe a little bit sorry for us and saying, you know what, I'm going to give you one day of fall before I return summer here as we close out September, because it is absolutely gorgeous right now over 7th and Rangeline in Joplin. Hey, we got a school bus on the move. Where the kiddos headed? We got a road trip on our hands, I do believe, right there. 71 degrees is where we stand. We'll talk a little bit about the wind shifting, and look how dry we are right now. That humidity is sinking all the way down to 39%. Let's go 71 in Fort Scott in Nevada. Point those out because earlier this morning it was a mere 41 degrees. A little bit cooler out to the east where it's 69 in Motonette and Cassville, 76 in Neodesha and Independence, and what up, Weva? Hanging in 70 when we check in Miami. Big difference overnight. Watch the wind arrows. Instead of coming in from the north like we had at 10 to 15 miles per hour, albeit really just going 5 to 10, although a little bit windier out in Independence. We've now shifted in from the south, indicating some warmer temperatures as we head to the weekend. Skywatch Storm Tracker, we are clear once again. I'm going to talk about that cutoff low because, like I said, textbook-wise, not necessarily a cutoff low, but it's about as cut off as you can get right there over the Great Lakes. They had 16-foot swells on Lake Michigan and Lake Erie yesterday as that low pressure just absolutely hangs right over there, and because it's got that circular motion to it, and that's what when we talk about cutoff like that, I mean it's got a hard time going anywhere, and so they're going to be stuck with that for the next several days. And while we see the thunderstorm activity kind of limited to the upper peninsula or the lower peninsula of the northern portion of the lower peninsula, try that one 8 times fast. Of Michigan, really the thunderstorm activity is going to push off to the northeastern portion of the United States. At one point in time, there was Rose. We retired Rose this morning, but I was just kind of using Rose as a placeholder for Sam, because we knew Sam was directly down to the south, and now we do have a named storm, just became one at about 11 a.m. And here's the thing about Sam. It's not fooling around because conditions are ripe in the Atlantic right now. There's some warm water out there. This thing looks like it's going to explode into a Category 3 by the weekend. If we run the old spaghetti plots, we're used to seeing one of those take off in a different direction, and then we go, oh, it could go this way, it could go that way. Okay, that's eerily close to one another, and that's why Sam is definitely going to be a threat not only to the Caribbean, but to the Antilles, to Puerto Rico, to Hispaniola, and eventually to Cuba, and then we keep our eyes on Florida as well. Weather trend here in the 4 states for our middle of the week. Highs around, I think honestly we'll see a 70, but you have to consider the eastern portion of the 4 states a little bit cooler. So average out about 76, 77, but look at the overnight lows. We escaped the 40s. We're going to be down into the 50s. This is reminiscent of where we were pretty much last week. And so what does that mean for our daytime highs going forward? Yeah, even with the cloud cover, it will mean that we're going to get warm, almost a retaste of summer, because 86 on Saturday, 91 on both Sunday and Monday, and throw Tuesday in there as well. You know, the thing about Tuesday into Wednesday, Tanya, is usually we see a little thunderstorm activity. We think there's a front behind it. That's not necessarily the case here for our next batch of rain, even though we are in need of some showers. It doesn't do much to cool us off.
Yeah.
Should not be battling the humidity, though. As I said earlier, our humidity right now, 39%, very, very dry out there. And so all the way into the weekend, we're not going to see a wide variation between our temperature and what it actually feels like.
It has been nice to have this little bit of a cool off. All right, thanks, Michael.